Good dagen på day. Hi everyone, Morten Åstad here. Welcome to my channel. That was a weird line from a Swedish movie, movie long ago, and that got stuck in my mind today. I don't know why. Anyhow, I like Coldplay. Dum dum dum. Sorry, I know you're not supposed to say that these days, are you? But I do like Coldplay, and I have their CDs, I reckon. You know, from all the way back to the year 2000, when I remember I bought a bunch of CDs when I came back after not having been in Norway after a long while, after my failed Australia trip, and during Christmas here in Norway I was staying with friends, and I remember I came across a lot of records, and that was one of them. And what else do I remember buying? Badly Drawn Boy, I remember I bought them. And Yola Tango, PJ Harvey. And lots of other things that I've stuck with for many a year since then. This is their prettiest CD. I love this booklet. So yeah, I've been sticking with Coldplay. So I reckon I'm pretty, complete, as it were, when it comes to their studio albums. Never got anything by them on as far as live stuff goes. Yeah, no. And I also have been buying some of their vinyl very slowly. I remember this I got second hand from in a very nice condition. And A Rush of Blood to the Head. So I reckon this one and the next are my favorite Coldplay records. Although, the first one does have a special place in my memory and all that, I guess. But yeah. And I got this one I also bought second hand online here in Norway. Viva la Vida. Remember I listened to this one. I also very sort of vividly remember, because I think my friend and we were driving from between Pretoria and Johannesburg to Durban in South Africa, to Durban, and I had my iPod, but we were having trouble getting it to function through his car stereo. So we only had like 2 CDs. So I remember we were listening to this one quite a bit. And then I got this one was also second hand. Oh my god. I remember this. I got this at the record fair in Jørgen in Denmark. I bought 2 records. I bought this. No, 3. I bought this, and I bought an AC/DC bootleg of the Aussie Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and the original cover of that American hard rock band. God, yeah. And then last year, I bought my very first not second-hand Coldplay, their latest album. And this was on Eco Vinyl. So if I understand it correctly, one vinyl album constitutes what they claim is 9 empty plastic bottles. And as you saw, I also got the CD at this stage, which I have. Was the first item I did that. Now, today is completion time. Yes, it is actually almost entirely. We'll get back to that later, because on Friday last week. Today's Thursday, the 20. Is it 21st of August? Yeah, today is August 21st, and Thursday, but Friday last week, Coldplay released their entire back catalog, studio album, except this latest one, on these eco vinyls. And I had saved up a couple of gift cards. I do these, these sort of quantity survey research things online through a Norwegian place called Norstad. And when I built up points, I can exchange them for gift cards. And I usually exchange them for gift cards from Platekompaniet. I would have gotten gift cards from Big Dipper, but they don't have gift cards through that place at Big Dipper. So partly that, and also the reason why I grabbed all these is because they are, for brand new albums, very cheap. Most of them go for half the price of normal new albums here in Norway, except one or two, but they were still cheaper than the last reissues, which I think were in 2023. So all their studio albums have been re-released, except, like I said, the last one, because it had already been released last year on the same kind of vinyl eco thing. Although there's kind of one thing missing, but I'll get back to that at the end of this. So I just want to show you as I open up these new records, and there'll probably be a little bit of editing. So first up is Coldplay plays Parachutes, of course. So they all more or less say the same on the sticker. 140 gram clear eco record, injection molded LP made from 9 recycled plastic bottles. And it has this nyhet, new item from Platekompaniet, and 249 kroner, and that is currently, I think, about, let's say, 17, maybe 18 pounds sterling, 25 US dollars, 23, 24 euros, I guess. So they come with these security stickers from Platekompaniet, so try and be careful removing those, because they're quite heavy duty glue on these. And then this popped right off. Yeah, so I'll remove the shrink wrap on these, and I don't know if I'm gonna consider those hype stickers. So I guess who else were sort of new bands for me around this time? Is that a bit later with Keen? Muse? No, that was about 3 years earlier, because this was 2000, wasn't it? Yeah, the album came out in 2000. There's one track that is listed as being from 1999. So there we are. Cool. I don't know if that is that logo there somehow connected to the eco part. I don't know. So here's the album without the shrink wrap. How eco is the shrink wrap? Discuss. Yeah, right, so there's the back. So there's the back. Inner sleeve. That's ring wear on a brand new record. Huh. It's a bit odd. I cannot name any of the other 3 members of Coldplay, and it's been 25 years, but yeah. So, Guy Berryman, John Buckland, Will Champion, Chris Martin. And there is the record. And so, you know, the question now is, should I replace those previous records with these so I have them in a uniform? The healthy answer would be no. Is this going to be like having a grain of sand in my eyes for whatever amount of life I have either left on this earth or with these records? Knowing me, yeah, it'll probably annoy the crap out of me, but there you go. And then we go on to Coldplay X and Y. So I reckon this one and, you know, the previous record, not that Parachute wasn't a proper Coldplay record, but I guess the sound that I sort of connect with Coldplay were that second and that third album, and I guess maybe the fourth one as well, but they are my favorites. Sorry about the break. This will be a day of very loud, terrible cars and motorcycles driving past. So these are those. They're on all these records because it didn't seem like they had gotten that many copies of these, because they were all just in the new reissues bin. They weren't standing out in the store, and they didn't have copies behind them in the cash register area. So this one was a little more expensive than the previous. This was $329. But when I checked online, if you wanted the 2023 copy of this at the same store, that was around 500 kroner, so definitely also cheaper. Not a gatefold. I don't know if it ever was. So there's the inner sleeves. And again, blank, transparent, and this time we have a red label. The other one. Colors matching the outer sleeve. And there's the label on this one. So that was the year 2000 and then 2005, and we will speed up, so to speak, to the year 2011 with Milo Xylotl. Comes with these tiny little stickers here. Seems to be some address. I guess probably it's very tiny writing. Probably linked to the makers of this or something like that. This one almost as cheap as the cheapest ones. This was 269 Norwegian kroner. So again, Coldplay, 140 gram clear echo record. And here on the sticker it doesn't even say what album this is from. Maybe to keep the price down, I don't know, but wasn't this originally a cutout? I'll show you, just 1 second. Wasn't these originally a cutout where you slid the inner sleeve out and revealed something? I don't remember. I don't remember if I've ever held this vinyl, but it is a gatefold. Like so. Very nice. And then the inner sleeve. By the way, the back, this was the CD front. And we have this inner sleeve, which reminds me of what was that dreadful scene in, the Batman films when what's his name took over and Robin went to fight the bad guys in this garish place, backyard with all this garish self-illuminating graffiti and this really scary gang. Oh, that was, yeah. And here is the label on this record. Here we are. Then we move on to the year 2014, and what must be said to be my least favorite Coldplay album. I have tried to listen. I remember I listened to this quite a bit when it came out on CD, and I was disappointed because I thought the previous one was kind of a high note, and yeah. So this is Ghost Stories, which was very, solemn, very, sad and melancholic, and just too much of it. Felt like, didn't feel like the songwriting was really there. It was meandering, I remember. This was a very meandering. So, be a bit careful here so I don't tear this, because this had a more interesting hype sticker. I don't know why some of the hype stickers looks like more of an afterthought, while some of them looked like they looked on my CDs actually. And this one again, same low price of $249, and this, despite being, unlike the parachutes one, being a gatefold. So that's very nice. Still on Parlophone, 2014. I do like the artwork though. Those wings. And there's the inner sleeve. Berryman, Buckland, Champion, Martin. Yeah, they never had any lineup changes, do they? Quite impressive. And here's the, not so impressive label. I thought maybe they'd done a artwork on one side and the writing on the other, like you sometimes get. From there, we move up to the year 2015, and I thought this was I remember I thought this was a vitamin shot in the arm kind of deal. Oh yeah, sorry. Got the security. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't remember all these vinyls the way they looked originally, but I mean, you see Music of the Spheres, which came out a couple of years after. It had and has this nice, this cutout with the CD of A Head Full of Dreams. Also has this, so I don't know if they've been thinking about the price here, but there's none of that on this, which I mean, at 249 kroner again, this is not at all. I mean, I'm happy about the price and happy about having now all of Coldplay on vinyl, but I'm just wondering if they've done a bit of a price thinking here. So leave a comment if you know if this vinyl was originally with a cutout. Would have been a rather large cutout, I suppose. But so Coldplay, Head Full of Dreams, and again 140 gram clear record injection molded LP made from non-recycled. So yeah, they keep the theme going through with that. So there is the album cover without the shrink wrap again, and back, and yeah, 2015 we've come to now. This one has a insert, which none of the others have had so far. So that's very nice. So if it did originally have that, they haven't saved on that one. And there is the... So this is what I thought would be, you'd pull this out and this would show like that, but yeah. So... Now here they do have artwork on one side of the label and then information on the other, just like I thought might have happened on one of the previous ones. So now we come to the final one of this this purchase I did, which is Everyday Life. Now this was the most expensive, and I don't know if they've have the exact same amount of pressing on all of this, or if they've made a conscious decision to press some in fewer amounts, or some of them have been more expensive to make. Because the price does vary quite a bit, from 249 up to 269. Then we had 379, I think, was the most expensive so far. But this one is 479. So maybe they reckon on this maybe being one that won't sell that much. Very surprised that this isn't a gatefold. Maybe it's never been. The CD was very luxurious looking. The hype sticker there. Only one I think with a parental advisory. Well, I don't know. Some of obviously the three others might have had it. I don't know. So there we are, without the shrink wrap. And this was 2019. Just like Music of the Spheres, this comes with a small booklet inside. But Music of the Spheres did come with a CD, by the way, or my copy of it. So there we are. And this looks very much like a slightly larger version of the booklet inside the CD. Inner sleeve and the artwork on the label. And the same here as well. Happy to see that none of the double albums are three-sided, because that does annoy me a bit. So that brings us to the end of this quite big haul. Like I said, this completes my Coldplay studio album collection on vinyl, which is happened a lot quicker and more sudden than I had thought, except one tiny thing missing, I guess. Coldplay released an EP after Viva La Vida, and it's been out on vinyl a couple of times, and I don't have it on vinyl. It has not been included in this reissue with all these eco-friendly, plastic bottle vinyl pressings, and it's Prospects March. Prospects March has not been included in this, and I tried to Google and find out any information if it wasn't. I got clearly that no, it's not being released in this reissue. I guess I'll be trying to see if I can find a copy of this on vinyl, which was released in 2023, along with the reissues from that reissue project. And it's called Prospects March EP, but it is 8 tracks. And if I remember, these were sort of songs recorded during the Viva La Vida sessions, and a couple of the songs are from that record, but they are like this one, Osaka Sun Mix or something like that. I'm not, yeah, but this one is the one sort of part of this collection that I'm now missing. But if you've watched it so far this long, thank you so much for that. If you wouldn't mind clicking like, that helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. Hi, hello to my new subscribers lately. And, well, I hope to see you guys soon in another video. And maybe leave a comment. Bye.